Head set off and stretch her neck out. Down the rocks to her head's safe house. Yeah, I remember it all. Bleed and shut out my calls. The air was so dusty, her armor getting rusty. She found thoughts she never had. Her young ones were just as bad. She in a heart, feel like a lady. Fingers apart, both rugged waiting. I can't believe that you lied. Did you know where to find me? I get the feelings in her, really thought it cost me. Drops in her goggles, aren't of love. And something's really wrong and it feels awful. And even though her body's back to normal, she once wasn't feeling it. It's hiding in her soul. I don't wanna know what she did. She's not who I am. At least that's what I thought. Now I'm second guessing. I can't put my gun down. My suit's getting heavy. Something wants to be released. Something dark inside me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. She opened her eyes and watched the ruins. Thought of a life and a love to lose. She shook out her lenses, they want her back soon. The moments alone becoming scarce and few. Sure she can fight, but she's getting vision. These are words unspeakable and personally did. She couldn't pose a threat to a ghost like this. You rescued her once, now it's your turn to save him. I can't believe that you're not at your lure to find me. Drops in her goggles aren't of love, but something's really wrong and it feels awful. Yeah, I remember it all. Bleed and shut out my calls. The air was so dusty, her armor getting rusty. She found thoughts she never had. Her young ones were just as bad. She wins without a weapon. I don't wanna know what she did. She's not who I am. At least that's what I thought. Now I'm second guessing. I can't put my gun down. My suit's getting heavy. Something wants to be released. Something dark inside. Drops in the goggles aren't of love. Something's really wrong and it feels awful. My body's back to normal. Please keep your distance from my heart. No, I insist I'm made of two parts. Oh, and I've been taking care of myself for so long. I miss my mother and my home, they're all gone. And it's because of me and my father, so-called father. He's not my father. Are you listening? You can always unleash Trigon from me. That's why I'm hidden. It's best for all of us if I feel silently. There's gotta be another way out. There's gotta be another way out. There's gotta be another way out. There's gotta be another way. Akatosh, Metrion, Sirius.
Well, now seems like a good a time as any to get things started. Hello everybody and welcome to the Fusion Slugs Internal Tournament Grand Final. It has only taken 73,200 and bajillion potato minutes to get here, everybody. It is the Grand Final and we are welcomed here with Captain and QWERTY. Oh my god, Steam is already starting to make noises. This was so fast into the stream, it's already ruined. Okay, but no, let's cut through this. It is the grand final between these two players, and it is basically the duke out to see who is the best between all of these players. We're going to chuck out a quick ready, and if they're both ready, then we will get this ball rolling for game number 1. There could be cheese tonight, there could be huge 20 bajillion hour long macro games where every mineral's been mined out. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see. Hopefully there'll be bunkers. Who knows? Ah, I have a whole bajillion things going right now. QWERTY's ready. The first game is starting the countdown, which means we have 10 seconds to wait until we start loading into the game. It's very exciting. Who is going to win? For some reason, my Twitch has not updated. So for all these people watching, you're getting the incorrect title. I'm trying to change it, but alas, it does not seem to work. Come on, Twitch, do you think? It's more important that I think I focus on the game for now, and I'll try to fix it between games. But no, we've officially started the first game. The camera has started on QWERTY, our blue Terran spawning over in the bottom left hand side, so that is who I am cheering for to win this game. Over in the top right hand side we have our red Terran, Captain. Now both of these players are pretty active, both of these players are pretty competitive, and both these players I'd say are fairly even. I think the common consensus right now in the clan is that Captain's TVT is a bit stronger, so he might be able to take away these early wins and push us into even more games. But if QWERTY's able to win this best of 7 straight up, then it looks like he'll be able to just take the cup away. I don't think there's going to be an actual cup involved. It might not be made of solid, you know, platinum. Filled with molten gold and a little heater so it always stays molten. So you can do a Carl Dogo and just pour it over your annoying enemies. We do have an extremely fast gas here from QWERTY. So could definitely be a indication of a little bit cheese. I think 12 worker gas is pretty fast considering it's before he's even started a barracks. Usually I like to build a barracks before I put down my gas, but I'm not a Terran. So we have a barracks going down now from QWERTY. Neither player's deciding to scout yet. Fairly fair call. I mean, TVT, it's not like you're going to get 6 pooled or any sort of shenaniganry like that. But scouting is the key, and I think scouting and decision making is probably the most important part when you're playing an even matchup, mainly in a mirror match as well, because if both of you are able to make the same units, then if you can hard counter because you scouted something he didn't, then you're pretty much set. So we have a scout coming out now, just before this barracks is finishing up, and we already have a marine popping out now for Captain. He is 1 racks expanding, and QWERTY is using all the gas he possibly can to get an extremely fast factory up. Which means he is going to be more than likely either doing a 1-1-1 or some sort of Banshee harassment. Would be pretty cool to see some Banshees attack somebody else. I don't usually get to watch the Banshees kill things. Usually I'm the one who gets killed by the Banshees. Because Banshees are evil and they are bad and they should feel bad. The question is, will the worker from Captain be able to poke his head up far enough, or will this Marine be able to shut him down beforehand? Both players scouting each other last. Well, not last, but second, as we have an interesting pattern building up on the map. Neither player opting to look at that look at the tower to see where his opponent's worker went, but that's okay. We don't need to bring that up. A million Marines down here for this one racks expand from Captain. Not really doing much else. The worker has been taken down. And what information did QWERTY get? QWERTY saw the bunker, which means he's definitely knowing that it's going to be a one racks expand. So that will be pretty, I'd say pretty helpful information for him coming into this. Knowing that his opponent has fast expanded. He's starting to produce one Hellion, and he has gone to a starport now. Not really doing much else than that, so gonna have to see where this game goes in that regards. But we have 3 Marines moving out now, more than likely just take that watchtower. Captain does know it will be one base play, so I would expect him to set up a little bit of defenses in regards to possible one base Banshees, possibly a really fast drop. There has been a scan drop down now, which means Captain's going to see all of the things. And he did see that Medivac come out. Whether he is actually looking at that time is to be left to question. If he was looking, then, well, yeah. QWERTY only has to win the one best of 7. If Captain is able to win this best of 7, then he is able to bring it into extra games, because currently he's in the losers bracket. Cares. So it looks like we are going to be seeing a quick drop. There is a pack of Marines there, so depending on the Hellion control, this could be dealt with pretty easily or completely shut down. That supply depot was 1 second away from finishing, which means Captain will remain supply blocked, meaning what he has is what he's got at this point. This will be cleaned up pretty easily, I think. Definitely going to be cleaned up and forced away, but a lot of workers were killed then. 10 workers were killed, which at this early point in the game is roughly going to be about half your workers, and that is true. He has been dropped down to 20 workers now, but QWERTY is only on one base, and he is actually just he's actually just ahead right now, but in one more workaround from Captain, he's going to be behind again. So I don't think that attack was really worth it in the long run. He needed to do quite a bit more damage than that, and he probably needed to take out those Marines and do some actual structure damage in here as well for the full effect of that attack to actually take effect. It was QWERTY that did the drop then, guess. Actually, I don't have everybody's colours correct on this. The scoreboard once again is going to be the bane of the cast, as QWERTY is actually our blue player and Captain is actually our red player. It looks okay on my end. The question is it okay on yours? So we have both players now moving into pretty standard play. They're both equalizing again, as not too much damage has been done. QWERTY's got his second base up in his natural, and he's started to build siege tanks, but he has stopped that. He has now started up his siege tank tech, meaning he could be moving towards some sort of siege tank marine play with the addition of these extra barracks. And I think against the current mass marine play from Captain, it's going to be pretty effective. Captain does almost have +1 attack set up. Very good reaction timing there from QWERTY, able to save that one marine. It is always pretty cool to see something like that happen. And that one marine doesn't quite have a vantage point to see the marines coming through, but he would have to assume that that's what's going on. QWERTY does not have a lot here to defend against this attack, and that bunker is not going to be done in time. So it's going to be questionable whether he's going to be able to keep this natural or not. I think he's actually going to have to abandon it, and he is abandoning this natural right now. Siege Tank Tech has just finished up, but Siege Tank is not in any position to defend against this. Captain, feeling pretty confident that he's delayed mining enough, is now moving out of this area, which is a smart play, but there's also a drop going on in the main. That's where QWERTY's main army was. Doing quite a bit of damage there. How many workers did he actually kill then? Managed to only get 4 workers, but delayed a lot of mining time there. So that means QWERTY will be able to take his natural back, but the lost mining time for that is going to be pretty extensive, and I think quite a bit more damaging than any of the harassment he's been able to put out so far. So we've got more Marines coming out now, and Medivacs coming down from Captain. He does have his Marine shielding done, and it looks like there's going to be a stim timing at about the 12-minute mark. QWERTY should be able to take this army down because it is pretty spread out right now, meaning he does have the advantage. He has been able to take half of it out, and looks like he's just going to attempt to chase this army back to the main. Captain has opted for a third base now, but with not a lot at home to defend against this huge attack coming out now from QWERTY, I think he's going to have quite a bit of trouble trying to defend against this. He does have only one Marauder on the field, which means his siege tank's going to be extremely effective. The battle is starting up. Siege tanks were not set up for the beginning of this battle. One siege tank coming on the field now for Captain. Looks like Captain will actually manage to clean this up. QWERTY has picked up that siege tank, a good play there. And now Captain is deciding to do some drop play as well. This game has just been a set of punches back and forth between each player. QWERTY does have double engineering bay, but he has not started the upgrades yet. Morphing the third base here for Captain into a planetary fortress, making it basically unkillable by any number of lings ever. Which is unfortunate because QWERTY doesn't actually have lings. So one Marine should be able to kill that pretty easily. We do have a Medivac coming down here. QWERTY does not have any defenses really set up to prevent this drop. So depending on his reactions, this drop's going to do quite a bit of damage. Once again, this drop's coming in just... Oh, he does see it straight away. But does he have enough to force this out of his base? He is able to force that drop away, as Captain is now just pretty much macroing up, getting units, setting up to start his 2-2 upgrades. And he is also set up to protect himself from drops, meaning this drop here from QWERTY probably not going to be the most effective drop in the world. The drop has been redeployed down here in QWERTY's main again, and it has once again cancelled even more mining time. QWERTY was able to take out that Medivac. The Medivac from QWERTY though flying straight through the vision of the tower, meaning Captain will see that drop, and if QWERTY does attempt to drop onto this planetary, then his Marine's going to be in quite a bit of pain. He is going back. Where's he going? Looks like he's trying to set up into the natural. We have 2 drops coming out now from Captain, more than likely to harass the third base of QWERTY, or the natural. I'd be going for the third, because, you know, a little harder to defend. QWERTY's opted to just harass the mining of the base, which is still a pretty good idea. And he is fighting this army straight on. He is behind in upgrades, I believe. He is. Siege tanks are 0-0, Marines are 0-0. Whereas over on Team Captain, he does have 1-1 Marines, and I don't think any siege tank upgrades. No siege tank upgrades. QWERTY's whole army is out on the field right now, and he's completely blind to both of these attacks coming in. Meaning he's going to have to do some pretty serious multitasking if he wants to break the front of Captain and defend his own base at the same time. He's pulling his Marines into the main base from out the front, but at the same time he's losing everything at his third. And he's determined he does not have enough to break that line directly there. So it looks like he's going to be doing a Doom drop straight up into the main, which I think is probably the best decision right now with all of Captain's tanks located down just beside his third. QWERTY did lose his third base there, but he does have a huge army situated inside the main base of Captain now. If he's able to set these tanks up and set up a defensive position, he's probably going to be looking quite well in this game at the moment. Captain does not have a lot here to continue the harassment on QWERTY. So if he's able to continue production, he should be able to do serious damage here. He's taken out several barracks and forced forced a lot of pulls of units. Bit of a standoff here for the tanks, but a much larger force here from Captain should be able to money split there, but this should be able to be cleaned up fairly easily here from Captain. And although he's lost a lot of production facilities, I think QWERTY has definitely taken the brunt of this attack and is looking a little worse off than Captain. He was able to save those medivacs, which will help him a lot in the long run of this game. He's replaced down his third, and Captain has set up additional barracks now by his third as well as rebuilding all the lost production facilities he did lose. Which means for the next 2 or so minutes, QWERTY is safe, but he will need to pump up his own production if he wants to, if he wants to continue in this game. He has gotten his 1-1 upgrades, but Captain's starting vehicle armor +2. Which means he's going to be extremely far ahead, as he's pretty much set right now. QWERTY is beginning to take a fourth, and he's situating his army there while doing a little bit of distance mining because, well, how are the miner worker counts right now? 59 workers to Captain and 45 workers to QWERTY. Would be hoping that he'd bump up that worker count just a little bit more to try to keep on pumping away. Denying a little bit of a base there from Captain. QWERTY is coming in here. There are, I think, too many tanks here for him to plow into in any safe regards. He will be setting up over down in the third base. Sorry, the watchtower. And he has almost finished securing his fourth base here. If QWERTY is able to secure that fourth base and continue building production facilities and whatnot, I think he'll be looking a lot stronger in this game. But at the current time, this drop is definitely going to get shut down. There are just too many towers there. At this current time, I just don't think he has enough units, as he just lost a huge number of units there. Captain has got to know that, and he has got to be moving straight over to QWERTY side of the map. Captain is building 13 Marines at a time, where QWERTY is only building 9 at a time right now. QWERTY needs to raise his production capabilities, or it's not going to be looking too good for him. QWERTY is losing his defensive position. He has nothing defending that fourth base anymore. Only has some Marines and medivacs, and no tanks on the field actually. Whereas Captain has 8 tanks and 54 Marines. 3-3 coming down for the attack of his siege tanks and for his Marines. I think this is going to be first game to Captain actually, as he's harassing QWERTY's third. QWERTY is only 1-1, Captain's 2-2. He is ploughing directly in here. He's set up a very good position. QWERTY is definitely going to be losing his third once again, if not losing a lot of mining time in his natural as well. He just does not have enough to hold this off. Very good splits here from Captain with his Marines, as he's been able to minimize a lot of Marine damage throughout this entire game. QWERTY doesn't necessarily have a lot to do right now. I think we're just waiting for a GG to be thrown down. Captain simply has too much out here on the field, I think. This command center was burning down. He has gone to repair it. Siege tanks beginning to wail down on this planetary fortress. Opting not to repair it because repairing is for wimps. Planetary fortress has gone down now. Not a lot QWERTY can do at this point in time. QWERTY's boxed pretty much everything. He just said balls to it, I'm going for it. He might be able to clean this army up, but there's still an army left over in the main here for Captain. Picked up the siege tanks and started flying away. Pretty good decision here, but these Marines going to be able to get under them. Losing all the siege tanks and so many medivacs. Holy potato salad, Batman. But if QWERTY decides to continue pushing here, he's going to lose his entire army again. 3-3 Marines charging down this hill. These 1-1 Marines are almost dead. Even Lynx would be able to surround and kill that fairly easily. Throwing his whole, well, not his whole army, but a small amount of his army in there to distract, I guess. Captain is beginning to pick up all the units. And he is going to be doing some drops by the looks of it. Currently in this game, Captain is looking pretty well from the top. He does have double drops coming down to the third base, and one coming up here towards the main as well. Which means we'll be seeing another double-pronged attack while he has quite a large army as well amassing out front his fourth base. And he's also managing to take a fifth base. Captain's coming down. Will the drops be able to be stopped? QWERTY has no defenses from these drops in his main base, and he's only just started his 2-2. It looks like these 2-2 upgrades are going to be sniped. Definitely his armor upgrade will go down. He has forced an explosion over here. Not sure if it's a cancel or a death. Judging by the money, I believe it will be a cancel. QWERTY is able to clean this one up fairly well, but he is taking supreme amount of damage up here in the main. Will he lose this orbital as well? That's going to be pretty big for Captain. QWERTY is down to 2 orbitals now, so he's pretty well behind in the econ status. Oh, Hero Medivac surviving with 6 health. That is one lucky Medivac. QWERTY's whole army very, very close to death. Lifting off, flying down to the third base here. There are still Marines chilling behind these mineral lines. Will they be able to kill some of these SCVs who are in pretty big danger right now, I'd say. We have a Reaper out on the field now from QWERTY. Bit of an odd choice, in my opinion. I don't know if Reapers actually do any bonus damage to... Do they do bonus damage to tanks? I wouldn't think they would. The Reaper's dead now anyway. He got killed by a Marine. But there is a gigantic death ball chilling here from Captain. I don't see very much being able to stop this at this point. We still have a Medivac here, which would be able to drop. Still no anti-air defenses up here. Although there's not much to defend up there right now. QWERTY is going through. He will definitely lose this army, I think. Possible just a move here from Captain would be able to do it. GG, well played, has been thrown down. Meaning the first game of this series is going to Captain. We could be in for a very, very long evening. Unfortunately, the infamous 20-minute Reapers did not end up working for QWERTY. Captain being able to take game 1. Pretty long game there, a 30-minute game. 30-minute TVT game to start off a best of 7 or a best of, I believe, another 7 or another 5 afterwards. Oh no, it's best of 7 again afterwards, I think. So we could be looking at quite a few games this evening. We could be looking at a bajillion. Like 8 or 12. I don't know what the actual big number is, but it's a big number. Yeah. Congratulate those players. So I think what might have let QWERTY down, I'm not a master, so me just saying this might not be true, but I think the mineral saturation there from QWERTY and his static defenses for drops kinda let him down then. The drops did a supreme amount of damage to him, and he lost a lot of all the things because yeah, he didn't necessarily have a metric shit ton to defend him. He was pretty out in the open with those drops. So all the drops there from Captain do a lot of damage, even though he was able to clean most of them up, he did take a lot of damage, and he was very, very far behind in upgrades. Of course, he just didn't have the economy to support the upgrades and an army at the same time. But yeah, a solid play from both of those players, and I wonder what'll be happening in the next game. Will Captain come off that on a high, going heh, and cheese the living hell out of QWERTY, or QWERTY go balls to it, I'm cheesing, and cheese Captain, or will they both cheese and we'll have double proxy marine? I'm not going to lie, that would be awesome. Double proxy marine is like the second best strategy in the game, other than the 11-minute Nidus worm. Yeah. Next game is... what is it doing? Oh, next game is starting up. You have to love Daybreak. I don't... Daybreak TVT games. When I see a TVT on Daybreak, I like to think that somebody's going to do a to do some Banshees. I think the two maps that I get Bansheed on the most is Daybreak and Antigua. Although I think I would think that you wouldn't necessarily do a Banshee TVT on Antigua. I think you'd do more tank drop play. What will happen? Will it be metagame? Will they both just go batshit crazy and mass marine A move while building Colossi? I don't know where they're going to find the Colossi, but they'll find them somewhere. Terran are pretty resourceful. Seen that Manx guy? Heard his name's Arturus. Arturus sounds a lot like a Protoss name, if you ask me. Or Arcturus. Arcturus Manx. We are waiting for El Capitan to join the game. Who out there in the chat, who are you guys going for? Who do you think will win? I am cheering for the mighty QWERTY, but at the same time, it'd be pretty cool to see Captain win 2 best of 7s. Because that's pretty crazy. We have a ready from Captain. Will QWERTY finish eating in time to play this game? I don't know. I casted like 7 games, 8 games last night, and my throat like felt like terrible. I'm not sure if I want to do another 12 games again tonight. I might have to permanently shove a bottle of water in my mouth and hope that it doesn't catch on fire. That might have come out a little bit wrong, but it could always come out worse. And we're going. Starting the second game now. Here we go. Tasteless drinks hot... Why would he drink hot water? I have a glass of cold water here beside me. That was me drinking cold water then, everybody. Water. It's good for your throat. Yeah, I'm sure Tasteless likes warm things in the back of his throat. But I'm not that kind of man. barking up the wrong tree. All I can say is thank God for air conditioning, because my computer gets pretty freaking hot when it's streaming. And it would literally set me on fire if I didn't have aircon, I think. So, the second game of this set is now starting. We have QWERTY spawning up in the top right-hand position, and Captain spawning down in the bottom left-hand position. I believe their colours are still the same. Yes, they are, so I don't have to do stuff. That is true. My computer does idle at like 48 degrees, but it doesn't go much above 50 ever. So that's good. Now, I would love to see double proxy planetary fortress in the dark cloud here, and then advancements of bunkers and barracks. That would be like the coolest strat ever. It'd be like a play on the Zerg proxy hatch spine crawler. We do have a 1-minute GLHF from Captain. QWERTY calling BM. Possible. Very possible. Captain, is he doing a... what's he doing? Pretty standard. QWERTY opting not to wall off. He's bad and he should feel bad. I'm automatically now going for Captain, because now that I think about it, QWERTY hasn't walled off in any of his games yet. So QWERTY L2 wall. I am a big supporter of walls from Terran, because they can wall off their whole base, and things can't get up that ramp. That's crazy. Ah. Jeez. Unfortunately, there will be no pylons inside people's bases tonight. QWERTY does not have to worry about that. If Captain is able to put a barracks inside QWERTY's base, build it, and then make a marine out of there, I think that merits him to be able to win the competition. That's just end of games, Captain won. I mean, building a barracks then a marine out of there, it's not easy. I mean, that's like, a barracks is like 3 times as big as a pylon. Barracks is a huge. Oop, that SCV is going to get in. SCV is in the base. Unfortunately, even though Captain walled, he did 1 racks expand. QWERTY is 1 racks, gas, and a factory. Appears like QWERTY will be 1 base attacking again. Probably a drop play again. Might try to snipe this natural before any sort of real deals can be done. And Captain is taking out the neutral supply depot, or the Gaia depot. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but Gaia was the non-player controlled things in Age of Empires 1, and there was that really awesome cheat that you could use that let you control the animals and destroy your own base. I don't know if any of you guys ever did that, but that was fun. Unfortunately for QWERTY, Captain has scouted the fact that he's already gone a factory and does not have an expansion. So now the question remains, will QWERTY like to continue this factory play, or is he going to go balls to it and expand? Looks like he's going to continue his factory play. Bit of a ballsy decision here, I think. Personally, if whoa, there's a factory down here. How did I miss that? Guys, there's a factory down here, and what base is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base? 5th base. The 5th expand. The middle expand. For QWERTs. QWERTY, QWERTMeister. What's he doing? Is he proxy thoring? If he is, he could probably build a little closer. Why not like down here? Because Thors are pretty slow. It's pretty much in the exact same position for distance-wise. I don't think he's proxy Thor though. What is he doing? He doesn't have an armory. Where's your armory? What are you doing? He's building a reactor there. Now, I have no idea what he's doing. This is a confusing thing. He's building a reactor over here. He's proxy reactor Hellions. Is that a thing? That's a thing now, apparently? That's a thing. Proxy Blue Flame Hellions. Wow. That's not something you see every day. So he is moving across the map right now, but unfortunately Blue Flame Hellions don't do a lot of damage to bunkers. So I don't know how much damage these are actually going to do. does have a significant number of Hellions now chilling in his base. Starting to move out onto the field. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Yeah, to me, this sort of Hellion play is more of something that I'll be expecting to see against a Zerg player. I mean, Blue Flame's good and all, but, you know, can only do so much damage. A Hellion does 8 damage every 2.5 seconds. Bunker has 400 health. He currently has 6 Hellions. No, why can't he have like an even number? Well, you know, a good number like 10. It's a ridiculous number. So the Hellions are now coming through. He's moving in. Hopefully these Hellions are just going to go straight past this bunker and go straight for these workers. The Marines got out of the bunker! What were they doing? I cannot be the only one who thinks that was either a really ballsy or a really stupid thing to do there from Captain. Captain has a bajillion Marines. QWERTY has a million Hellions. This is terrible for Captain. Look at those Marines burn! GG! Oh my gosh! A massive mistake there from Captain, throwing the Marines out of the bunker. That was just... What? How did that work? Oh, that was awesome. Oh man, I want to roll Terran and do that. That is so cool. Oh, Blue Flame, good unit. That's like a Colossi, but you know, with 4 wheels and a motor. And fire instead of lasers. Actually, it's nothing like a Colossi. Okay, we're going to update the handy dandy scoreboard. Because I got this scoreboard, so I'm damn well going to use it. Alright. So if we look at the graph here, we can see just exactly what happened in this game. So as you can see, the 2 armies got bigger and bigger, and then Blue Flame killed fucking everything. So, pretty surprising there. Oop, oop. Bam, good game. Good game. And just waiting for the game to start. That was a pretty cool move there. I'd never expect Hellions to pop up in TVT. That's pretty cool though. I mean, that was awesome. I've never seen that before. What sort of move will we be seeing here from QWERTY now? Seeing as he's done 2 pretty quick aggressive games, which I guess the first one was pushed into a massive macro game. So I'm not sure if we can count that. But is he going to do some sort of general, you know, fun map? Proxy Marauder, you're calling? I don't know. Oh my god, the individual split here from QWERTY. Did you see that? 2 to here, 2 to here, 1 to there, 1 to there. I don't even want to introduce him now, he just introduced himself. QWERTY down here in the bottom left hand side. Spawning up here in the top right hand position we have Captain. I shouldn't click on things during Extreme, but I like to know things. It's got too many words, I'll read it later. But no, it's going to be pretty cool. People are saying that there's going to be proxies. Would be pretty nifty to see a proxy there. We have a Marine, not a Marine, an SCV. Building a depot. QWERTY not walling off. Come on, Captain. Kill the guy who didn't wall. What's going on? What's happening? See now, the early game is the most exciting part of any game, because you never know when a player's going to go, bah! Box all of his workers and send them straight to his opponent. Ah, Bronze League, I miss you. We've got a fast gas coming down once again from QWERTY, so we could be seeing once again something similar. Will there be a proxy play though? It's very hard to tell. We have a barracks outside of Captain's own base. Could be a ploy to trick QWERTY into thinking that he's proxying, and then he actually is. Or it could be some sort of mind games here. And not mind games. Both players building their barracks in two weird positions. Both of them only sporting one racks at the moment. QWERTY does have some gas though, and this Marine is, not Marine, SCV, is going in a weird direction. Will he be proxy maraudering? I wouldn't think that a barracks inside your own wall is a proxy marauder. But Terran is a confusing race to me, so it might be. We have a tech lab being thrown down onto this barracks now. So marauders could be popping out of there. QWERTY is leaving. He's checking for any sort of proxies. So he's expecting proxies. This SCV coming straight down here. Both players did speak to each other. They patted each other on the back. We do have a Reaper coming out now. Very good call there from Azura. Ooh, Reapers. I do like Reapers. Especially in the what's it called? Heart of the Swarm expansion. It is the coolest unit ever. QWERTY pulling workers to kill the SCV there. Two things. Did Captain see the barracks there from QWERTY? No, he didn't. So Captain could be afraid that there is a proxy of QWERTY's as well. And I didn't look. QWERTY is in Captain's base. He has not found the barracks. And this Reaper's on the way, but QWERTY has an Marine. Does a Reaper kill a Marine? I think a Reaper will kill a Marine one-on-one. Maybe. How much damage do Reapers do? 9 damage. It's not a lot. 1-1-1 here from QWERTY. Reaper's straight in. Because Reaper does what Reaper wants. Marauders cannot slow yet. And we have a Hellion on the field. What is happening? We do have an expand being chucked down by Captain. 2 more barracks being plocked out. And continuing Reaper productions. Unfortunately this isn't hot, so this Reaper will stand here with a gaping wound in his thigh, as he's unable to regen that health. The barracks and the starport are being swapped over. So we do have a tech lab on this starport. What play is he going? Banshees! I called it! I called it! I said Banshees! Might have taken 3 maps for it to happen, but Banshees. Banshees. Here we go, Reapers. Restricted by walls. Reapers are pretty good, man. Up. 2 Reapers down. Didn't do a lot of damage though. Not quite cost efficient in my opinion. And because he has gone Reapers, he officially has Captain officially has nothing that shoots up right now. So if this Banshee does finish with a little bit of chrono boost, it will be able to get to the other side of the map before any Marines are able to be produced out of the reactors on these barracks. The barracks is ditching this tech lab down here on the low ground. I don't think that's necessary personally. I would have preferred to keep the barracks down there to keep the tech going and whatnot. It is in a undesirable location, but you can always pick up and fly it. It's not that far away, and I think a barracks flies as fast as an Overlord, if not twice as fast, or twice as slow. One of those numbers are accurate. So this Banshee is in the base. It has only been able to kill 1 SCV and fatally wound another. Oh, once again a supply depot stopped right before it's finished. QWERTY doing very well in that Masters challenge, kiting these Marines. All he needs to do is kill those 4 Marines and I think he gets an achievement. Not in game, but you know, that's all that really matters. Right now QWERTY is chucking down even more barracks. He does not have any tech on his factory as of yet, and he is expanding to his natural with an orbital command to be expected. Currently he is chilling down here with 2, count them 2 Banshees. There is a missile turret and a bajillion marines here, which should easily be able to deal with this. A little bit of a misstep here from QWERTY has caused his Banshee to take a little bit of damage. There is a missile turret over here in the natural as well, so I'm not expecting too much damage to be able to be done by these Banshees, which is a little unfortunate because it was a pretty big detour for QWERTY's tech once again. As we saw one player going to a fast 2 base play and another player chilling on the 1 base play. Both sides are pretty even with workers. Captain has 4 active mules and 33 SCVs, whereas QWERTY has 3 active mules and 35 SCVs. QWERTY is continuing his worker production, and Captain unfortunately is supply blocked. So, only time will tell about what is happening. Both players just sort of sparring with each other right now. Both these Banshees, not very many kills. They will be able to clear up this tower. It is a little bit annoying to have a tower cleared off by Banshees because there's not a lot of units that can kill a Banshee one-on-one when you're on the ground, unless you're a Thor. But even then, it is less than preferable. These Banshees do not have cloak, and that Medivac did see the end of the Banshee. The Corporal Banshee has survived, and QWERTY is not actually doing a lot back at home. He is doing marine production, and he has started doing tank production. His tank tech has finished, and he has a Medivac. Banshee's chilling on the side here, which will give him some view if Captain decides to do a drop, which from the last game, it did seem like he did like to do that. We have the first actual engagement coming on right now. QWERTY should have enough here to hold this off. There is a tank on the high ground. If he did decide to drop down there, or drop up there, I should say, he might be able to snipe this tank, do a little bit of damage. Pardon me. Did he cancel his research? It's still going for me. It's at 48 seconds. I don't think he did realize. I did not see that. That awkward moment when you cancel your research. This Banshee taking a few missiles to the face. Captain lagging out of the game. Not good. Might have been a little bit of rage from cancelling those siege tanks. Whoa! Captain has left. I blame Blizzard for that. Captain out of the game. Not quite sure what happened then. I don't think I clicked vote to leave. It didn't give that much time. Clearly the world has actually just ended. Is that today? Did I miss that memo? Is the world ending today? It is. No, it's tomorrow. So if in case the world does end, I don't know. I suppose I should probably get drunk tonight. We do need to get the Fusion Slugs champion before the world ends. But I think we have an extra day, so I think we have until like Saturday for us. It's our Saturday when the world's meant to end. It's kind of that's a little bit annoying if the world ends on a Saturday, really. I mean, that's kind of balls. See now, why couldn't the mines, include, what kind of time? Is it a central time when the world ends? Is it Australian time? The American time? I mean, it's only polite to let people know. Yeah, I saw that as well. I mean, I've been watching a